everybody, welcome back. My name is Cassie, I am the Evil Secret Ninja, and I talk about books and review books on my channel. And today, I'm going to look at a couple of books and series that I'm hoping to get into in 2022 that are not fantasy. So we got some horror, we got some nonfiction, we got some science fiction. One of the authors I've always enjoyed since I was a kid was Michael Crichton. And I haven't read all of his books. But I now have both of the Andromeda. But I now have both the books in the Andromeda duology, so I'm hoping to get to that. There's the Andromeda Strain and the Andromeda Evolution, and I have not read these yet by the authors, so I'm excited to kind of pick that up in 2022. With these series, I'm hoping to start them and get into them. I'm not going to say I'm going to finish all of them, but I'm going to try. The next one is the Odd Thomas series, and I've read the first two. And this is, I guess there is some fantasy elements to it, but Dean Koontz typically writes horror. I'm hoping to read a couple of them and maybe finish the series, but I don't know if I completely will be able to. So I'm looking forward to that and getting into Odd Thomas. Or continuing Odd Thomas. Next one that I want to read, and this is just a single book. This is Let Me In by John Advide Lindquest. And this is a horror story about a little girl that I guess is a little bit different, and she's trying to help this boy. There's something kind of dark about her. But so this one looks kind of fun to read, so I'll be picking up that. The next one is a nonfiction, and that is The Dinosaur Artist by Paige Williams. This is Obsession, Betrayal, and the Quest for Earth's Ultimate Trophy. So I guess this has to do with finding dinosaur bones and how valuable they are, and lengths people will go to get them and steal them and kind of exploit that resource. So I'm excited to get into that. The next one is also a nonfiction, and this is The Professor and the Madman by Simon Winchester. A tale of murder, insanity, and the making of the Oxford English Dictionary. So this is about, obviously it's the making of the Oxford Dictionary, and one of the people that was kind of instrumental in making that was a man who was a murderer and was kind of crazy. So I'm going to look into that. I'm excited to read the story. Next is a science fiction series, and I've read the first one, and that is the Void series by Peter F. Hamilton. First one was The Dreaming Void, which I guess is the middle trilogy in a series. So I'm going to finish that series, or that middle part of it, and maybe I'll go back to the earlier ones. But this was about a void in the universe that's kind of expanding and killing everything in its path. But there's people who are dreaming about life inside the void, and they're trying to get inside the void to live out their lives there. And it was kind of interesting. I'm not sure if I like how the author writes women, but thought I would finish that trilogy at least and see how it goes. Another science fiction series that I hope to get into is The Expanse by James Correy. And to say I'm not really sure what this is about. I have not seen the show. I have not read any of the books. I've just heard people say how great it is, and that it's science fiction. It takes place obviously in outer space, and it's kind of like Game of Thrones for science fiction. But at least I think the series is finished now, so at least we know how it wraps up. So I'm gonna pick up that, and I don't know if I'll get through the whole series, but I'm gonna look into it. And then the last one that I have on my list, at least to pick up, I'm sure that I will pick up more books than this. I'm gonna pick up It by Stephen King at some point. This is a nice big beast, so I have to find a time to read it when I have a lot of time to read. And I think that most people know what this is about. It's a trans-dimensional demon of some sort that's plaguing this town and making all sorts of bad and horrible things happen there. I have been warned that there's some pretty heavy trigger warnings and stuff in this, but I think I'll be fine. So I'm gonna pick up that sometime this year. And obviously those aren't the only science fiction, horror, nonfiction books that I'm going to read this year. Those are just kind of some that I hope to pick up. And I guess there's one more, but I'm not really sure if it's science fiction or fantasy, which is the Shadow of the Apt series by Adrian Tchaikovsky. And I read Children of Time and really liked it. And I think this is more science fiction, but I think there's fantasy elements about a world where there's giant bugs and the people grow and evolve with the bugs, so they have bug abilities or something like that. So anyway, I thought I would start that. I don't have the whole series, but I thought I'd start it and look into it a little bit. Alright, so those are some books other than fantasy that I'm hoping to pick up in 2022. And I'm excited to see what they're all about. And obviously there will be more. There'll be some more nonfiction. There'll be some more horror probably, and probably some more science fiction. And obviously some historical fiction, but I didn't include any of those, but I do have some. Also like some contemporary. I do hope to pick up Anxious People by Fredrick Backman. I'm also going to read Us Against You by Fredrick Backman. I love Fredrick Backman's work, and so I'm excited to read some of his other books. I think hopefully the next Beartown will be out this year. I don't know if I'll pick it up right then, but I am hoping to get through some of his. And I'm sure that there will be more books that I get through this year. At least I hope so. I have quite a few audiobooks to go through. So anyway, those are some books that I'm hoping to get through in 2022. Like I said, the ones that are series I might not get all the way through, but I'm going to give it a try. So thank you guys all for watching, and please have a nice day. Thanks.